Okay, these are crazy. Okay, these ones are crazy. Okay, reach up and rub your neck. Rub your neck. Okay, rub your neck. Okay, pause. Okay, pause. Oh, they almost did this one the same. When somebody rubs their neck, they're literally saying, I don't want to follow or see your new ideas. They're stiff-necked. Or we can translate that to stubborn. Sign of a stubborn person is while you're talking to them, they reach up and they rub their neck. They're saying, I'm not switching. Because you're trying to change their point of view, and the muscles in their neck tighten up. They tighten up, which gives you this, when they rub their neck, like, man, my neck's been sore. And it's like, oh, boy, I'm working with the stubborn one. And so now you just know, okay, they're having some resistance. What are they having? Resistance. So I'm going to let you sort that out. But I usually have to, like, ask a lot of questions, kind of sort it out. And that the signal they gave me was rubbing their neck. Or at the end of the day, when they're super tired, this is a sign of tired, and they don't want to have to deal with what's going on. But it's a form of stubbornness still. Okay, go ahead and put your hands down. Okay, this one, I'm going to have you be my son. Your first name again is?
Rob.
Rob. So Rob's my son, and I go to Rob, and I go, okay, Rob, I got to leave and go do some stuff, so I need you to mow the lawn. And while I'm saying this, you just reach up and rub your shoulder and then drop your hand. Okay, Rob, I need you to mow the lawn, take the trash out, and, clean up the dog poop, and then find your sister. She's somewhere, I don't know where she went. So find her. So in this moment, while I'm talking, he's rubbing his shoulder. Shoulders have to do with responsibility. And if he's rubbing his shoulder, he's telling me I am brushing off the responsibility. Rubbing shoulder is saying, thank you for giving it to me, but I don't want to do it. Yeah, thank you, but no thank you. If he reaches up and rubs his elbow, same thing. You'll see kids do this on Saturdays with chore lists. They'll set, you know what I'm talking about, parents, right? You'll see it. They'll rub their shoulders, or whatever shoulder it is, or they'll rub their elbow. Employees do this too. I see this happen where they'll just be, I go, hey, can you do this and this and this? And they go to rub their shoulder, and I know, okay, got to repeat this. Now, I got to tell you, the employees I have right now, they're awesome. I love them to death. They don't dare rub their shoulders or their elbows. They come up with other things I can go find. But really, the employees we have in the company right now are amazing. In fact, would you guys give the employees at 3 Counts a huge round of applause? They do well. Now, my children, on the other hand, still are resistant to work. They're allergic to that. Anybody else have allergic reactions to that? Or children? So when they go to rub their shoulder, in that moment, I just stop talking. And when I stop talking, they usually drop their hand, and then I can start over. Okay, and now watch this move. What, and you can see this. What I need you to do is, because whatever shoulder they were rubbing, I put my hand on their shoulder, and they usually go, ugh, like he's getting it to me. So I put my hand on my shoulder. I would like it if you would mow the lawn, find your sister, take out the trash. And I don't have sisters, but that's why we always look for one, because we don't have one. But you put your hand on their shoulder. Now, it's not a, I want you. You got some guns, man. Way to go. But you put your hand on their shoulder. If you put your hand on their elbow or grab their elbow, it sends a message of you're controlling. And so don't grab the elbow, but just place your hand gently. What's that word? Gently on the shoulder. Express what needs to be done. And then you ask, will you be able to do this? Get a response from them. And then when they go, yeah, okay, I can do this, you have a higher chance of them doing those things instead of, hey, I need you to mow the lawn and take the garbage out and stuff like that. Okay, I'll see you after I get home. Then you go do your stuff. You come back. Oh, my word, the lawn didn't get mowed. Oh, my gosh, the trash cans didn't get taken out. Now it's overflowing for the next week. Hey, I thought I told you. Blah, blah, blah. And guess what they say? I don't remember all that. Because guess why they don't remember it? It was gone. It was gone. Parents and employers, we can do better at seeing the signals ahead of time and doing something about it before miscommunication happens. We can minimize the problems we face every day. Minimize, not completely wipe them out, but we can make them less. How much? Less. And when you got less problems, life is a lot better. When you got a whole bunch of problems, why even get up in the morning, right? It's like, oh, seriously, I got to face all this again today? So learning these skills has helped me, helped my wife, helped my children with their friends. They see this in their friends and they can do something about it. And it just helps save problems later. Who wants to have problems later? Anybody want to have problems later? Who would like to have less problems later? Yeah? Make a noise. Okay, so we got this one? Got it? Tell me you got it. Okay, so I'm going to go through a couple more, and then you get to ask some questions about things you've seen. I almost said in nature. Things you've seen out in public that I may be able to help you with. So a couple more. All right, you're doing good over here. Okay, shoulders, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Okay, hands. Okay, let's do hands. Hands super fast. You got pockets? Okay, hands in pockets. You got those little tiny pockets? Okay, good. Girls always got tiny pockets. Like, I know. What the? Can't put a fishing lure in there or anything? Or okay, so pocket. Oh, good move. Okay, so he's got hands all the way in his pockets. And notice that, okay, hands in pockets. Okay, this right here, just so you know how it's seen by others. When you can't see their hands, trust level goes down. So if you're dating, who's in here is dating? Anybody dating? We got a couple of you in dating. Okay, so if you really super like the person, keep your hands out your pocket and everything. You don't like them, stick your hands in your pocket. You'll lose them. Stick your hands in your pocket, they'll go away. Because they'll be like, okay, I can't even see their hands. Your hands have to do with who you are and what you can build and what you can create. And when you go to hide that, you literally are hiding part of your life from them. So whatever I'm doing, I make sure my hands are seen. I don't use my pockets hardly at all unless it's like a freezing cold and I'm ice fishing. Other than that, my hands are seen because I know I want people to have as much trust in me as possible. So sometimes it's like, no, Kirk, but it's super casual and I look awesome. Like, do the pose. He's like, yeah, I got this, you know. And he's like, maybe you're being this way with friends or whatever and you don't care if they trust you or not. But if you're building trust, make sure they can. See your hand. Make sure they can. See your hand. Okay, but Kirk, what if he just sticks his thumb out? Yep, thumb out. Okay, well, at least we can see his thumb. He's only hiding part of his life. Okay, now do the opposite. Thumb in. Okay, thumb in like this usually indicates, and this is where it's getting super detailed, because each finger represents a different part of your life. And we're not going to go through all the different fingers, but I'm going to tell you thumb. Thumb has to do with willpower. Somebody who has their thumb in their pockets feels like somebody took an option away. Feel like something's been removed from their life. Kids sometimes will do that. They'll stick their thumbs in the pocket like, fine, I'll do that, Mom. I'll do that, Dad. So thumbs have to do with willpower or your ability to make choices. Okay, very good. Thank you over here. Over here, I'm going to have you put hands behind your back. I wish I could remember the year. I got the printout somewhere in one of my binders. But in the past, there were cities back east that had to pass a law that said if you walked around with your hands behind your back, you were immediately arrested. Because if the only reason you would have your hands behind your back is because you either had a knife or a gun in your hand. And so it has been in our human race system that if hands are behind their back, we trust you less. We don't know what's back there. We don't know what's there. And then now somebody's going to say, what about military stance? Well, you can pretty much tell a military person because they not only do that, but they have the stance. Okay, they're trained to be that way. It's a respect, honor, obedience type of stance. But a general person putting their hands behind their back, they're going to wonder what's going on. If I had a dark alley and I put one of her in the alley with her hands behind her back and one of her in a different dark alley with her hands by her side, you would feel safer with the person next to their side. Even if it's a woman, you would still feel a little unsure because you can't see her hands. So just know, if you put your hands behind your back, you're losing trust and people are going to gravitate away from you. And I see salespeople all the time do this. I go to some of these furniture stores, and because my wife's looking for something, and so I roam around and train salespeople while I'm there on their stances, and Because they'll be like, can I help you? And I go, no, but I can help you. And they're like, on what? And I go, move your hands like this. And so I go help them. And so they can do better in sales. Who in here is in sales? Come on, everybody. Everybody raise your hand. Who's in sales? Oh, moms, raise your hands. Do you know it's a sales pitch to get your kids to do the dishes? It's a sales pitch. I mean, you're constantly selling yourself. So hands behind your back, I just wouldn't do it. Just wouldn't do it. Now put hands in the front. Hands in front. Okay, hands in front. This one's a little delicate, so just hang in there with this one. Hands in front. Send a signal to other people. You don't feel safe in the gender that you are. Okay, I'm going to say it one more time. Okay, now there's some people who do particular presentations and they stand like this. Now, I will tell you, a woman who stands with her hands in front of her is a higher level target for somebody who's out to hurt somebody. Because you're saying, I feel like I have to protect myself. And so you give the signal of being weak. You give the signal of not being strong enough. A guy who stands like this out in public, not in a presentation, but out in public, you're sending the signal, I don't feel strong enough being a guy. So you're literally sending the signal, I have to put my hands here to give me extra protection. So just to help cut down on people looking at you as weak, who in here is still going to school? Raise your hand if you're going to school. Okay, you stand like this around people. People who are mean, they see that and they zoom in on you and you'll be picked on. You'll be picked on and ultimately hurt verbally or emotionally in some form. So keep your hands down by your side as much as possible. Behind your back, they don't trust you. Out in front, they think you're overprotecting yourself and you could have some things happen to you. So to keep you safe, show strength, show confidence, hands relaxed down by your side. And sometimes this feels like the weirdest spot ever to keep your hands. Like that's where they go, right there, right there. So if you will, tap the person on the arm next to you and just tell them, you look great with your hands down by your sides. You look great. You look great.